Guess what, guys? New series! I'm bored. Anyway, it's an old favorite called Two Truths and a Lie, and each episode has a theme. This video's theme is Retail Hell, Part 1. Anyway, each story is about a minute or so in length, so you don't get too bored. Here's the twist. I'm not going to tell you which story is the lie. Why? Well, I'm an asshole. Moving on. Number 1. Wrong name. I work retail. No shock. My store has a policy where if you make a credit purchase over a certain amount, the cashier, usually me, must see your card and your ID. When I first started working at the store I currently work, I had a man that came in every day, bought over $50 worth of cigarettes, gas, and food, and then he would bitch about the policies put into place. Now, one day, the last day that I actually saw him, he did the same thing he always does. He would buy stuff, then he would bitch at me. This time, however, when he complained, I put on my best retail smile and politely told him, "Sir, we do this every time you come in. I'm sorry if it's inconvenient, but if I don't do it, I can get fired." He didn't say anything. He just stared at me, took the receipt that I need for him to sign, signed it, slammed it on the counter, and left. But, you know where you have the line for your signature? Well, instead of his signature, he wrote, "Fuck you." He has not been back since. Story number 2. What money? We have 4 registers where I work, but typically we only have 1 open. Don't ask, I don't question things, I just work there. Anyway, my line was getting long and I had a lot of customers to handle. I had just taken money from a young black man, putting $30 on his pump. He paid me with 2 20s. I gave him his change, and all was good. Nice guy, he's a regular, always polite. Behind him was a person I had never seen before, a woman in her 70s. She bought 4 packs of cigarettes, paid with a $100 bill, and as I was giving her her change, she said to me, "Oh, don't give me those." I looked up and smiled at her and asked, "Do you want smaller bills, ma'am?" She leaned in close and said quietly, "I don't want that Negro's money." I felt myself turn red, but I complied because cutting down a line of 10 people is more important than some bigot's weird wants. So I gave her her change, dropped her 100 in my safe, and promptly began to think about why the hell I needed to get out of Maryland. And number 3, hoagie phone. My store is a 24-hour store that sells gas, snacks, and has a full deli. Sometimes I work deli, but I personally hate working there on Friday nights because so many fucking drunk people come in wanting food. Now look, I'm not against drinking. I have a beer next to me right now. I just hate dealing with drunk people. I was 6 hours into my 7-hour shift that night when 2 women and a young man come stumbling in. Oh boy, here we go. I had just finished making someone's hoagie, and one of them, the one who could barely stand up and was leaning on the other girl, stumbled over to my deli, slammed a palm on the counter. She goes, "Hey!" "Yes, ma'am, how can I help you?" "I want to get a sandwich." "How do I get a sandwich?" "Oh, well, you ordered through the electric touchscreen kiosks right in front of you." She stopped listening and reaches a hand over the counter and points at some of the food. "What are those?" "Ma'am, please don't reach over the counter. Those are hot peppers." So she pulls away and lifts up the ham sandwich that I had called out and wrapped up. "What's this?" I look at her and go, "That is somebody's order." I look at the number and call out, "Order 229? Now, as soon as I shout that, the woman picks up the sandwich over her head and shouts, "Ham! I got a ham sandwich! Who wants ham? I got ham!" She even held it up to her ear and started yelling, "Hello, ham! Hello, ham! Hello, ham!" and then she slams it down on the counter a couple of times. I'd had enough. Ma'am, put that down and stop shouting. You're disturbing the other patrons. Soon as she put it down, I grabbed it and pulled it back behind the counter. They left without buying anything. And as for the sandwich, well, I made sure that the guy who actually ordered the damn thing got it. Well, there we go. That was kind of fun, shouting for no reason into a microphone, which is actually what I do just about every day. Don't forget to leave a like, or a comment, or not, I don't know what you want to do with your life. Anyway, have a good night. Thanks for listening.